we discussed like how to control the restless mind. So not by simply negating, not by simply thinking that okay, no, I will not think anything. I will just sit down on one place and I will create the vacuum. No, that is not possible, right? Because it's mechanical process and it's artificial. That process uh, will last for a long time, right? It's because it's artificial, and this process will not work. By that process, mind cannot be controlled. Rather than what is the ultimate process? By fixing mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. So that is the only process. Okay. So because mind needs some activity, so we have to give some activity. Because you can't leave mind alone. That's not possible because that is the nature of mind to do something. Like in yesterday class, I told there are four activities of mind. What are the four activities of mind? What is sloka? I decide. Anybody remember? What is sloka of Bhagavad Gita? 6.34. चंचलं हि मनः कृष्णः प्रमाति बलभद्रणं तस्याहं निग्रहं मन्ये वायुरेक्षुदुस्तरम्. So mind has the four activities. Chanchalam. Chanchalam means mind is very restless, like a small child. I told, right? Small child always needs something, some toys. Otherwise, he cannot sit properly at one place. So that is Chanchal, very restless. As soon as he will give something, some toy in his hand, then he will sit. Then he will not disturb you, right? Otherwise, he will create a lot of problem, or he will cry, he will weep, and whatever, anything he will do. Understanding? So then, Chanchalam Himana Krishna Pramathi. Pramathi means it is mad. It's like mad elephant. When elephant become mad, then it destroy everything. Then Balbat. Balbat means as strong as Krishna. As strong as Krishna. Then Dranam means very jiddi, hati, obstinate. Means it will not listen to anyone. When mind become obstinate, then it will not listen any good advice. It doesn't matter whoever will tell, whoever will give you advice. It doesn't listen to anyone. For example, Ravan. Okay. So when Ravan kidnapped Sita Devi, then at that time, uh, after kidnapping and then put Sita Devi in Asoka Vatika, uh, then after that he returned to his palace. Then that time practically everyone chastised to Ravana. Uh, Even his own wife Mandodari was chastising. Such a rascal thing you have done, right? You kidnapped Sita Devi, right? Then Kumbhakarna chastised, Vibhishan chastised. Right? So everybody chastised. But like as we say that Vinas Gale Viprit Buddhi. When the intelligence becomes opposite, then that time that person doesn't know what is right, what is wrong. Okay, so this is the example. So these are the four activities of mind. So simply by fixing the mind on the lotus feet of Krishna, mind becomes the stable. Otherwise, there is no way at all. By thinking about the Krishna and how to serve Krishna. So until so okay. Yesterday we have ended this to this point, right? To focus the mind onto the lotus feet of Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So as soon as we take the darshan of the deities, mind becomes peaceful. Because Krishna is the master of the mind. So we have to utilize our mind in the service of master of the mind. It's called Krishna or Rishikesh. Rishikena Shivana Bhakti Uchite. So when we utilize the senses into the master of the senses, that is called the Rishikesh. Rishikesh means use the master of the senses, control of the senses. Then sense becomes satisfied. Then third, Vachobegam, Manasa Krodh Vegam, urges of anger. So this anger is just a one letter short of danger. That is fine. Just even only one letter is missing. That is D. As soon as you will put ahead of A, D, then it will become danger. Just one step backward is called anger. That means anger is definitely leads to danger. Definitely leads to danger. That's why we should never become angry. What begins with anger ends up in the same only. The result is only that you will feel the same. Because when we become angry, that time we actually at that time in angry mood we don't know what is right, what is bad, and at that time we speak so many nonsense things, right? But as soon as we become peaceful, peace mind, then that time we think that, oh, I told so many rubbish things, so many unnecessary things to that person. Then after that we lament that, oh, I should not tell all those things, right? That's why whenever anger comes out, so that time we should not take any type of action. We should not react when anger comes out. But another thing is that, okay, when anger comes, then how to utilize anger? Because anger cannot be killed, but it can be redirected. Anger can be redirected. So how? So then one shloka is that the translation is within the heart of one who there is no possibility of Krishna being manifest inside of heart. जिसका हृदय पूरी तरीके से एंगर मीन्स क्रोध, प्राइड मीन्स अहंकार, मन और लेमेंटेशन विषाद से भरा हुआ है, उसके लिए कोई पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं है कि कृष्ण उसके हृदय से होंगे. There is no possibility mentioned in the Padma Purana. Right? That's why we should be free from this anger, pride, and lamentation. Actually, pride leads to anger, because when person becomes pride, uh, then he wants to become big. Uh, he doesn't want to listen from anyone. Rather than he simply he wants to speak, and he wants that everybody should listen my words, but he will not listen to anyone else. He will not take suggestions from anyone else. That is called pride. Right? He considers that whatever I am telling, I am the best. My way is the highway. He will not listen to anyone. Whatever anyone is telling, oh, he is useless. He will not take guidance or suggestion from anyone else. That is called pride. So until unless pride is in our heart, then we will not digest anyone's word. Then as soon as someone will give you suggestion, then anger comes out. So these three things are very dangerous for our Krishna consciousness. After that, urge of anger, that is called the Krodha Vega. So now the point is that, okay, suppose anger comes out, then how to control the anger? So there are some descriptions are mentioned in the scriptures, like if knowingly or unknowingly anger comes out, then how to utilize it or how to control it, or how to rectify it or how to redirect it. So first point is why becoming angry with blasphemers of devotees and Lord. तो जब आपको कभी गुस्सा अगर आता है तो गुस्से को किस पे आपको निकालना चाहिए? जो वैष्णवों को क्या करते हैं, निंदा करते हैं, उनके ऊपर हमें उस गुस्से को यूटिलाइज करना चाहिए. राइट? इफ समवन क्रिटिसाइज द डिवोटीज, जैसे जो हम 10 नाम अपराध बोलते हैं मॉर्निंग में, देयर आर 10 काइंड ऑफ ऑफेंसेस. सो व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट ऑफेंस? एनीबॉडी नोज व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट ऑफेंस आउट ऑफ 10 ऑफेंसेस? यस, यस, अब है. Lohitaksh,
To blaspheme,
Anshuman,
बोलूं तो बोलूं.
yes,
To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their life to propagate the glories of the holy name.
No, it is incomplete, not complete right. So these 10 kind of we should know perfectly actually as it is. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives from propaganda to the holy name of the Lord. जिन्होंने भगवान नाम के प्रचार में अपना संपूर्ण जीवन उनका कर दिया है, समर्पित कर दिया है। ये पहला ऑफेंस है। तो ऐसे भक्त जिन्होंने भगवान के प्रचार में, भगवान की सेवा में अपना पूरा जीवन समर्पित कर दिया है, उन वैष्णव की करना, निंदा करना। जो जो लोग इस प्रकार के वैष्णव की निंदा करते हैं, उन लोगों के ऊपर हमें एंगर को यूटिलाइज करना चाहिए। Right? Like for example, Lord Chaitanya, when Jagai and Madhai give so much trouble and pain to Nityananda Prabhu, the impact on the head of Nityananda Prabhu, then blood come out, right? Another time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became so much angry, uh, too much angry. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went there and immediately called to whom? Sudarshan Chakra. But as soon as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called the Sudarshan Chakra, Nityananda Prabhu with folded hands and pacified to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu. Remember, in this age of Kali, okay, you came in the mood of devotee, right? And your Shastra is not this chakra, right? Your Shastra is a chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Only by this weapon you have to deliver, not by this chakra. Please remember this point. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then got pacified. And then Nityananda Prabhu told, please forgive to these two fallen conditioned souls because you are Mahavadanyaya. Because you for this purpose only, right? And if you will not forgive them, then our purpose, your purpose will not get fulfilled. So you have to pacify, you have to forgive them. So simply by the request of Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forgive them. So and they were the very Jagai and Madhai were very great demons. Practically they harmed anyone and everyone, whoever come on their path. Yeah. So practically everybody was so much fearful. Nobody come on that same path. From that path, they guide away. So, so this is the first pastime from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. And another pastime from Ramayana, like how Lord Hanuman anger his, how Lord Hanuman utilized his anger in the service of Lord Sri Ramchandra. So how Lord Hanuman utilized, he burned whole Lanka of gold of Ravana. He utilized his anger in that. Then another example is of Arjuna. So how Arjuna utilized his anger? By fighting with the Kauravas. He utilized his anger in that way. So it is not that when we become devotee or after coming in Krishna consciousness, anger will not come out. No, anger will come because that is the nature of living entity. Right? It's natural. It is there. But even Lord, like you can see there are some examples. Even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hanuman, Arjuna, right? Even Lord Krishna, Ramchandra, practically everyone. Hiranyakasipu, Narsimhadev came to kill the Hiranyakasipu. That time his form are very, very much ugra root. Uh, So anger will come, that's natural, but we have to utilize it properly. To whom we have to utilize? Those who are blasphemer of the devotees. For them, we have to utilize it. Okay. But never utilize anger for the Vaishnavas. That is the point. Otherwise, if you will utilize anger for the Vaishnavas to criticize the devotees, blaspheme the devotees, then your bhakti will go down or it will become completely zero. Okay. So one should be ready to tolerate insults to one's own self, but not when Krishna or his pure devotee is blasphemed. So you can tolerate. You can take the yourself. If somebody is criticized to you, you can take. You can tolerate. But if somebody is to Vaishnavas who is with you, right, then you should not tolerate. It is written in the Shastra also. If somebody is criticized to Vaishnavas, then immediately you should cut his tongue. But practically, it is not possible to all of us to cut the tongue, right? Then what? Then what is the practically possible way? What then what we can do? We have to defeat them, right? On the basis of philosophy. But if you are not strong enough in the philosophy, then what you have to do? Immediately leave that place, right? But never listen the blasphemy or criticism of the devotees, because it's also another kind of offense to listen the criticism about the devotees. We should never listen the criticism. Okay. So this is the example of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered by Jagai and Madhai. So later they were known as the Jagadananda and Madhavananda. Right. So anyone who is killed by Krishna, that is ultimately got delivered, right? Because he is killed by Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So they are fortunate enough. And here we can see that like how uh, Hanuman, Lord Hanuman, burned the whole Lanka of Ravana. Right? So he utilized his anger in the service of Lord Sri Ramchandra, and here we can see that how here we can see that how Lord Krishna of there may be a lot of examples, but these three are main examples. Then how can we engage our anger? Whether I am using anger in Krishna's service or anger is using me in Maya's service. So that we have to see, right? That you have to check. That was that thing I was telling. Well, like how you have to utilize your anger, whether you are utilizing it in Krishna's service or in your own sense gratification. That we have to see. People becomes angry, but we have to see whether I am becoming angry for my own to satisfy my sense gratification, rather to satisfy Krishna, where I am utilizing my anger. So to utilize anger for Krishna's service, that is good, but to utilize anger in your own service for to satisfy your own sense gratification, that is wrong. Then make a principle that I will not become angry. So first of all, this thing should be clear in our mind. That okay, you have to think okay, in any situation I will try my best that okay, I will not become agitated, I will not become angry, because the end result of angry the end result of anger is only destruction and lamentation. So if someone knows this thing, then he will be alert, then he will not become angry. Okay. Because it simply uh, becomes the cause of destructions to that person. Yeah. When you become angry to some persons, then uh, that persons may be disturbed or not, that is not matter. But you will get disturbed. That is sure. You know. So loss will happen from your own side. Then channelize the anger to refute misconceptions. To refute the misconceptions. Whatever misconceptions are there, to refute them, you have to channelize the anger. Then urges of tongue and belly. Jivha Vegam and Udara Vega. What are the urges of tongue? So, two characteristics of material desires. There are two types of desires. Means there are two symptoms or characteristics of desires. What are the desires? Not spiritual desires, but rather than material desires. So first one is insatiable, means it never becomes stopped, never it becomes stopped. And second one is irresistible, can't be resist, right? Irresistible. These are the two characters of material desire. Any example you can take of any material desire, these are the two characteristics. Insatiable means continual, and second one is irresistible. Then how to control tongue, like as Lohitash Prus recently told about the tongue, how to control tongue. There, so there actually there are the two functions of tongue. One is eating, and second one is speaking. So that's why you see there are five senses: eyes, nose, ear, tongue, and skin. Apart from the tongue, other four senses, they have each senses have one function, right? The eye sees, ear listens or hear, hmm, then nose smell, skin touch. But the tongue has two functions: food and speaking. What are the ways to control the tongue? So first one is to taking Krishna Prasadam, and speaking Krishna Katha or chanting the holy name of the Lord. So, by taking Krishna Prasadam, eating habit can be regulated, and by chanting of the holy name or by speaking Krishna Katha to glorify Krishna, speaking habit can be regulated. And once tongue uh, will be regulated or tongues will be controlled, then udar and upasth means the urge of belly and the urge of genitals will automatically get controlled. Why? Because the tongue, the belly, and the genitals, these three comes in the same line, in a straight line. Because our stomach means udar and the genitals, they are the directly connected with the tongue, directly connected to the tongue. Because when you take some heavy lunch or some special dishes, whatever your favorite items, right? Sumptuous food, too much oily. So these things directly impact on your stomach, and when your stomach is heavy, then it impact on your genitals, right? That's why this tongue is directly connected to udar and upastha, stomach and genitals. So that's why when you take the Krishna Prasadam, that's why this Krishna Prasadam is very very much important in our Krishna consciousness. We should always try to take prasadam. Then how to control the genitals? So to beget the Krishna conscious children. Right? This is the purpose to get married. If you get married, then what is the purpose? Srila Prabhupada says in purpose, the main purpose is to beget the Krishna conscious children, not beget children like cats and dogs, right? But beget Krishna conscious children. This is the main purpose to become married, not for sense gratification, right? Because nowadays you see practically people uh, they get married, but they don't take the responsibility, right? Why? Because uh, they marry only for the sense gratification. As soon as their lust desire get fulfilled, they move to for another sense gratification. But because to uh, have the responsibility, they have to do a lot of hard work, but they don't want to do any type of hard work, or they simply want to take pleasure. That's why if you get married, then make sure that you have to beget the Krishna conscious children. Today also in the Srimad Bhagavatam class, Prabhuji was telling us, there is very nice verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam, and I can share also. That shloka is 5.5.18. The shloka says, Guru na sasya swajano na sasyat pita na sasya janani na sasyat evam na tasyan patisya sasyan namo chayidya samupeta mrityum. So the translation: one who cannot deliver his dependents from the path of repeated birth and death should never become a spiritual master, a father, a husband, a mother, or a merciful demigod. Got it point? So if you cannot deliver to your dependents, means your child, then you should not get married. You should not become father. Right? If you cannot deliver to, that's why we should very very much careful to get married or just for to fulfill your own sense gratification. Not like that, right? This is the purpose to get the Krishna conscious child. So that's why Srila Prabhupada in our ISKCON temples, Prabhupada opened this Gurukul, so that this 5 years old child they can take some education materially and spiritually both ways, and they become strong enough from the very beginning of life. So that after some 10 years, 20 years, they become fixed up in Krishna consciousness. Right? So this is the purpose of Gurukul. Right? So it is not that we in the Gurukul we teach only spiritual knowledge. Even apart from spiritual knowledge, we give other knowledge also like mathematics. And these things also we look like education there. Mathematics and English grammar also they teach. Recently we went to Mayapur, right? So we visited this Mayapur Gurukul also. So they are one two leading students. This is the boy only. They were describing their whole schedule uh, from morning to night, at what time they wake up, then what time they do the aarti, what time they chant, then they do some yagyas also there, right? And they have some like bodily exercise, some things like as gym, like some instrument there, then instrument playing like mridangas and some football areas, not football, just volleyball area was there. Right? So they make visited each and every places where they cook. This cooking place was there. There big chulha, right? And where they wash all those utensils after cooking those pots, right? So they have shown all these things. So this is the Gurukul lifestyle, and they use this electric bulb or light very less. Maximum they completely dependent on the nature, right? And they go to bed very early, 7 or 8 p.m. at max, and they wake up early in the morning, like 1:30 or 2:30 maximum p.m. So these are the some tips to become fixed up in Krishna consciousness. So that's why Srila Prabhupada has a desire. That's why he opened this Gurukul here. So in Mayapur, Vrindavan, we have Gurukul. So now these are the some application. So till now, actually there are two type of application. One is from Srila Prabhupada's purport, and second one is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's purport. But till now we have seen on the viewpoint of Srila Prabhupada's purport, right? So the ideas of uh, speech, mind, and anger. So here we can see that Vacho Begum. What is the problem? Karmis and Gyanis. They simply want to speak nonsense, and their activities compared like a snake and toad example we gave, like this toad. Uh, simply inviting his own death, snake. And what is the solution? Solution is to speaking about only Krishna Katha. Okay. Uh, Manas Begum. What is the problem? Vacuum attracts anathas. Manas. People think that, oh, I will just sit on one place and I will not think anything. I will not think anything. That is not possible. That is mechanical process. This will not work. Rather than we have to utilize, we have to think about the Krishna. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Man mana bhav mad bhakto madhya jiva namaskuru. Right? So always think about me, become my devotee, worship me. In this way you will come to me. So the thinking tendency cannot be killed, cannot be stopped, because that is the nature of mind, and mind cannot be killed because this is subtle body. But we have to redirect these things towards the Krishna. To meditate on lotus feet, Krishna, Sun and Krishna. Then Krodha we have just seen. Krodha cannot be stopped, rather than it can be redirected. So we have seen the examples of Jagai and Madhai, Hanuman, and Arjuna. Then Jiva Begum we have seen. People, those who are karmis, they are forced to eat on the karmi shops. But as a devotee, how to control our tongue? Simply by taking Krishna Prasadam. Right? And be grateful when Krishna supplies, except as a mercy. So prasadam is a mercy of Krishna, or prasadam is not different from Krishna. We should take on that point, right? Yes, Krishna is not different from prasadam is not different from Krishna. Then and we should take this prasadam at a scheduled time, a fixed time. We should fix the time of taking prasadam, not randomly, because consistency and regularity is very much important for our eating habit. The time should be fixed. Your sleeping time, your waking up time, your this, food time, what time you have to take prasadam. It should be fixed time. It's not that today you have taken 9 a.m. then another day 10 a.m. then 11 a.m. No, because if this timing will be irregular, then your health also will become uh, very bad. Then Udar and Upasthavedam. So the only purpose to become very to get the Krishna conscious child and no unnecessary sex. Uh, Because in Grihastha life, Prabhupada says that Grihastha life means license from the sex. It's not that unnecessary or any time you will indulge for some kind of reason. No. This is the license. License means license for sense gratification means one day you have to completely stop. Right. This is the meaning of license for sense gratification. One day you have to completely stop, and you have to beget Krishna process child. This is the purpose. So today also I think in the daily chanting group, no, I think in another group, I sent some regarding this point actually. Uh, Very much careful. And to beget Krishna conscious child, you have to become a very good devotee from now only. You have to, because you can beget Krishna conscious child only when you are very pakka devotee. If you are not pakka devotee, then it's not possible. That's why you have to follow the four regulative principles very, very much strictly. Even specifically the fourth regulative principles, illicit sex. It's very, very much important. Although it's very difficult, but you have to follow that, right? Because purity is the force. Prabhupada says purity is the force. Purity and purity will come when you will uh, resist from this particular thing. So make sure that don't watch unnecessary things. Very much important. To follow four red principles very strictly, read Prabhupada book every day, listen lectures, and chant the holy name of the Lord very, very much attentively. If you will do these things, then definitely you will one day you will become very pakka devotee. Whenever you get the time, then you come to the temple and physically you can take the Sushma Buddhism. You can have some service also in the temple, right? Then Upad book reading you have to do every day, at least 30 minutes, minimum 30 minutes you have to do. And nobody can say that I am very busy. Nobody is busy. Each and everyone has time, but you are not utilizing your time in a perfect way because we don't know uh, which time for which time we have to give, how much time we have to give for which type of activity. Sometimes even for unnecessary things we give a lot of time, and those who are important things we don't give any time. This is the problem. That's why import, like there are one chart: urgent, important, not urgent, not urgent, important, not urgent, not important, or urgent but not important. So this, they are the four quadrants. Okay, we have to very much aware which quadrant you should follow. So first quadrant is urgent and important. These things which is urgent also and important also means that particular thing you have to do now only. You don't have time for planning because urgent है. It is important as well as it is urgent. So you have to do now only. Like Krishna consciousness, it's important and it's urgent also. It's not that you know after 10 years, after 15 years, when I will get the job, then I will practice Krishna consciousness. No, it's urgent also and it's important. You have to do now only. And second quadrant is the things which are not urgent but important. Right? They are not urgent means it is not that you have to do immediately right now. No, but that is important. Means you have some time, so you can plan for that thing. Right? Like if you have exam after 2 months, that you can some plan like how much time I have to give for study. The second quadrant is very much important for us. How to plan the things. Uh, Suppose I have to read one Prabhupada book, so you should count, okay, how many pages this book contains? Oh, 100 pages. So if I have to complete this book in 15 days, then how much page I should read in one day? Right? So this planning is very much important. Devotees means planning is very much important. Planning is very much important. Whether in your career or in your Krishna consciousness, plan is very much important. And third quadrant is not urgent, not important. So anything which is uh, third quadrant is urgent but not important. Urgent but not important. Urgent है but important नहीं है उसको. Suppose like you are reading Prabhupada book and some your friend is calling. Oh, let's go movies or let's go to picnic. So that is urgent, but it is not important for you, right? So you should neglect that, or you can postpone it. You can tell no, now I am reading that. We will go someday else. Okay, we can postpone it. So the things which are urgent but not important, you can postpone it. Right? So that is not urgent for you. And fourth quadrant is that is neither urgent nor important. That is useless for you. Like newspapers, movie watching, these things are useless for the Vaishnavas. So completely ignored for those things. These four quadrants very much important for all of us. If you follow these four quadrants, then definitely you will not be misdirected or diverted from the path of Krishna consciousness. Right? So I will stop it here. So if somebody has any doubt or question or comment, then you can ask.
जिनका भी खात्मा करते हैं, मतलब जिनका भी वध करते हैं, वो सीधा डिलीवर हो जाते हैं। तो प्रभु जी कंस तो नहीं हुए थे, उनका फिर से जन्म हुआ था, एज अ चंद्रकाल जी आपने बताया था।
वो तो पास टाइम है भगवान का, वो पास टाइम है उनका, क्योंकि जय विजय थे वहां पर, उसका पास टाइम आपको ऑलरेडी पता होगा, राइट। तो चतुष कुमार जब वहां पर गए थे, उन लोगों ने वहां पर रोक दिया था जय विजय ने, नो यू आर नॉट अलाउड, यू कांट गो इनसाइड, दैट्स द पास टाइम ऑफ कृष्णा। भगवान ने फिर वहां पर आए थे, दोनों को बोला था कि जो है उन दोनों को 3 जन्मों तक वहां पर रहना है, आफ्टर 3 जन्म के बाद जो है हम लोग वापस मेरे पास आ जाओगे। So that is the pastime of Krishna. But
प्रभु जी प्रभु जी पर कंस तो
और deliver।
कंस तो जय विजय नहीं थे ना, वो तो फिर एज चंद काजे आए थे। वो उस वक्त तो त्रेता युग, हाँ सॉरी द्वापर युग में तो प्रभु जी
हाँ
शिशुपाल और दंत वगैरह थे ना।
हाँ, जो भी हो, हाँ वो जय विजय नहीं थे, बट एनी वन हु किल्ड बाय कृष्णा ही इज डिलीवर्ड। So actually there are five type of mukti, है ना? There are five type of mukti: सालोक्य, सामीप्य, सारस्टी। So this whoever killed by the Krishna, they got some type of mukti out of these five muktis. Sahaja mukti means he entered inside of Krishna. जैसे आप लोग देखेंगे like when Krishna killed Aghasur, right? So then the Divya Jyoti comes from the Aghasur, then he entered inside the Krishna. So he got the Sahaja mukti. And there are many other demons also, they got Sahaja mukti. But these like Jai Vijay, who came in different forms and different ages, like Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaj, then Shishupal, this Ravan and Kumbhakaran, and Shishupal, Dantavakra, right? So they don't get the Sahajamukhi, rather than they went back to Godhead, because they are the eternal Parshad of Supreme Personality of God.
पर प्रभु जी वो उनका जय विजय का तो 3 ही जन्म लिखा था ना इसमें, तो उनका तो चौथा जन्म एज जगाई मताई भी तो हुआ, वो क्यों हुआ?
जगाया जुमाता हुआ, लेकिन उस युग में वो बैक टू गॉडेड चले गया। मतलब उन्होंने बोला था कि 3 जन्म तक आपको हाथ कांड पर रहना पड़ेगा, and fourth जन्म यू विल कम टू चैतन्य महाप्रभु डैली करते हैं।
वो आई मीन मतलब 3 जन्म उनको काटना पड़ेगा, फिर चौथे जन्म में वो डिलीवर होंगे। और प्रभु जी आपने एक और बोला था कि वो हम लोग जैसे कि अगर हमारे जो डिपेंडेंट है उन्हें डिलीवर नहीं कर पाते हैं, तो वैसे में हमें वो चीज़ नहीं करना चाहिए। तो प्रभु जी आप उसमें एक लिखा भी था मदर एंड फादर ऑल्सो। तो प्रभु जी अभी तो हम उनके डिपेंडेंट हैं, हम कैसे उनको मतलब डिलीवर कर पाएंगे? और वैसे भी प्रभु जी अगर हम अभी के
हाँ,
अभी के वक्त में हम अभी अगर उन्हें प्रीच करने जाए तो वो करते सुनते भी नहीं है, सीधा सीधा हमें नकार देते हैं।
जरूरत जरूरत नहीं है उनको प्रीच करने की। नो नीड टू प्रीच देम, और हम उनको प्रीच कर भी नहीं सकते, बिकॉज दे आर आवर पेरेंट्स, राइट? उनको प्रीच करने की जरूरत नहीं है। आपको अच्छे से भक्त बनना ये जरूरी है आपके लिए। आपको खुद को प्रीच करना है। आपको किसको प्रीच करना है? खुद को प्रीच करना है। खुद को इतना प्रीच करो कि इसी लाइफ में आप भगवान के पास जाओ। जैसे ध्रुव महाराज के केस में क्या हुआ था, राइट? ध्रुव महाराज ने थोड़ी अपनी माँ को प्रीच किया था, हालांकि उनकी माँ तो पहले से भगवान की भक्त थी। बट लाइक दिस क्वेश्चन इज कनेक्टेड टू दिस पास्ट टाइम। तो ध्रुव महाराज को जो लास्ट में जब विमान जब लेने के लिए आया था, तो उस समय जो है ध्रुव महाराज पूछते हैं नारद मुनि से कि वेयर इज माई मदर, मेरी माँ माँ कहाँ है, और माँ कहाँ जाएंगी? और बोलते हैं कि देखो वो एक दूसरा प्लेन है, ठीक है, वो जो प्लेन है उसमें तुम्हारी माँ बैठी है। जब हम भक्त बन जाते हैं तो हमारे जो रिलेटिव है वो ऑटोमेटिकली डिलीवर हो जाते हैं आपकी भक्ति करने से। Understand? तो हमें ये सोचना चाहिए कि आपको अच्छी से भक्ति करना है।
तो प्रभु जी जितना भी पाप किए हैं वो सारा कैंसिल हो जाता है हम लोग अगर किसी भक्ति करें तो उनका
कैंसल नहीं होता है,
मतलब
कैंसल नहीं होता है।
डिलीवर हो जाता
उनको
है।
क्या होगा, डिलीवर होने का मतलब है कि उनको भक्तों का एसोसिएशन करने का मौका मिलेगा नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट टाइम। भक्ति तो उनको करना पड़ेगा, ऐसा नहीं कि बिना भक्ति किए वो हो जाएंगे। आपकी भक्ति करने से क्या होगा, उनको भक्तों का एसोसिएशन करने का मौका मिलेगा, राइट? और फिर उसके बाद फिर वो जो है बैक टू गॉड। ये ऐसा होता है, इसको बोलते हैं डिलीवर। हो सकता है इस लाइफ में वो भक्ति नहीं कर रहे हैं, लेकिन इस लाइफ में जो आप भी जो भक्ति कर रहे हो, नेक्स्ट लाइफ में उनको भक्तों का आश्रम मिलेगा। हो सकता है कुछ रिच परिवार में उधर उनका जन्म मिले, या ब्राह्मण परिवार में जन्म मिलेगा, तो उससे उनको भक्ति करने का मौका मिलेगा। भक्ति तो करना पड़ेगी, बिना भक्ति की थोड़ी कोई जाएगा। थोड़ी है कि तुम खाना खाते हो तो उनका पेट भर जाता है, तुम खाना खा दो तुम्हारा पेट भरता है भाई। लेकिन तुम्हारे भक्ति करने से उनको क्रेडिट मिलेगा। ओके, दे विल गेट द डिवोटी एसोसिएशन। ओके, एनीवन एल्स? ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम। थैंक यू वेरी मच।